a so I do. There was another trailer that came out that was the new Inside
Yes,
Out trailer, which you got really excited over. Um,
absolutely.
for me, I mean, I've been pretty ever since I saw the early trailers for this movie. I thought it looked really exciting. It's the new Pixar movie. Going to be out, I think, June. Sort of, it's going to be the big summer movie. It seems in the new trailer we get to learn a little bit of where the story is, because in the previous ones we just saw the emotions, but now looks like joy and sadness end up messing up in the brain, and she loses all her. They get trapped in long-term memory, and there's all kinds of emotions running around, and the kid gets all confused. And you can see where the story is now.
Hmm.
Them trying to get the memories and the emotions back to where they should be, um, and there's obviously a lot of hijinks of then the other three emotions trying to run everything with no joy and sadness in their life. But
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
no, looks really cool. So any thoughts from you on that one?
Well, I've been. It goes back again to D23 in 2013. It's funny because I'm a huge Pixar fan, and the movie that we were supposed to get next was The Good Dinosaur, and because of story issues, it got pushed back. But when I was at D23, I got to see test footage of, and actually some animated footage of The Good Dinosaur, and it was cool, great idea. But I wasn't as excited for it until, I mean, I'm sorry, I was excited for it, but then I wasn't as excited until I saw just storyboards of Inside Out. It was just such a cool idea, and not to mention it's by Pete Docter, who's done um, Monsters Inc. and Up,
Finding
which
Nemo.
is my favorite Pixar. No, Finding Nemo is Andrew Stanton.
Hmm.
Um, but Pete Docter did those two films, Monsters Inc. and Up, which Up is definitely my favorite. So I'm kind of excited to see what he has in store with this movie. But I do remember going into the Anaheim auditorium, and just by people looking at these storyboards and them going through that scene with the mom and dad and obviously the daughter, just the whole brain reaction, just it was hilarious. People were just losing it. So I am excited for this film, but like you said, this trailer gave us a bit more. Obviously, the reveal of two characters. One that's definitely, obviously, crucial as we've learned from toy releases and whatnot. With the rainbow unicorn,
Hmm.
and then the other one that we saw was this clown. Not sure if he's going to be a big part of it, but you can tell it's one of her fears through the trailer because she
Yeah.
wakes up scared about it. But no, there's just these cool little concepts in there that's very exciting. I mean, even brain freeze, the idea of brain freeze, now we know how it works inside because we see this animated part of it. Um, but it's cool. It's definitely something I'm really excited for. We haven't had a Pixar movie in over a year, so this is going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, we've already really seen that the merchandise kind of side of this movie is already in full swing. I've already seen plushes. We've already seen Funko Pops. We've also got mystery minis. Um, fingers crossed on the Infinity. There are action figures, toys. They are gonna, it's a big Pixar movie. We're gonna see lots and lots of merchandise coming out, and I think really probably in sort of in the next few months we'll see a lot more coming out on this. This one's going to be the big push, I think, for the summer for Disney to get the new characters out. I think this one's going to be the big one for them,
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
especially for the animated one, because Cinderella obviously has got lots of merchandise attached to it. Tomorrowland, we've seen some sort of figures and stuff at the toy fair, but it doesn't look as easy to do merchandise on that as it does on Inside Out. So that's going to be the big summer Disney movie to me. Yeah, so
Hey,
I'm really excited about it. It's one of those movies I think it's going to me. I've already pretty much said that's something I want to go see at the cinema straight away. So there's
yeah,
without doubt, and that's what the cost of going to cinema now is so expensive. You has to be really good to make you go. It's now paying, it's like my local cinema for me and my wife to go. It will cost us a good $35 for the two of us to go cinema. So, it's not a cheap night out or a cheap afternoon. So it has to be a good movie. It has to be where, you're not going to go see something that you're not fully into.
yeah. It
Um,
definitely depends where you live too, though. Because for me, it's going to cost me at least $40 to go with my girlfriend. But if we were like in her hometown in Minnesota, we'd be paying $5 a piece. So it depends where you're going. But but it's, like you said, it's definitely the movie I'm going to be at the day of release. It's just such a cool idea. But I was going to ask you, is there any Disney animated movie coming out this year? No, right? It's just strictly Pixar. The Good Dinosaur and Inside Out are the only ones I can think of.
Yeah, good. But then, if you think of it, this year we've got Cinderella, Avengers.
No, but I'm talking about animated.
Yeah, no. But they got Tomorrowland. They've got Pixar. They've got 5 movies out at least that we know, that I can't even know what's coming out at the end. So Disney have got 5 movies out this year at least. That's quite a lot already. So it might be that thing of, if they've got 2 Pixar movies, they don't maybe want they don't need to. It's their own company. They are just going. I think 2 animated movies this year would probably be enough for them.
Yeah, no. I was just wondering if they had something slated this year. I didn't remember, but yeah.
No, don't think so. I think Zootopia, I just got sent some concept art yesterday. I think that's out early next year. So that's the next Disney. That's the next Disney one, and that's following in I think January, February next year.
Yeah, that's another one we saw at D23, which looks pretty promising. It's a cool idea too. Obviously, for example, Robin Hood, we had animals in a human world per se, like they were in human clothing and they were doing human things. Well, Zootopia is the complete opposite. It's basically animals in their own world if their world was the human world. So it's like, you'd have hotels that are different sizes for accommodating different animals and stuff like that. Anyways, that's for a different talk.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing is, because now you've got to look at the whole process of the company as a whole, and they've also got Star Wars as well. I only forgot one slight movie that Disney got. One little movie coming out this year. But yeah, so that's 6 Disney movies straight off the top of your head for this year, and some of them are going to be huge. Oh, Ant-Man! Oh God, there we go. No,
there's so much more, my friend. The movie
keeps coming up, so we're just like, yeah, there's a few Disney are gonna be all right for ticket sales.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they have.
This is the thing with their additional sort of content. That is really where they're now. They're just they've got to look at all of their movies as a whole. And they've got to slide them all in. Obviously, some of them are going for different audiences, but because I'd look at Tomorrowland, and I wouldn't necessarily say Tomorrowland was aimed directly at kids. It's aimed obviously teenagers and sort of because the main sort of person is a teenager. But yeah, so they're all sort of going for different audiences. So yeah, so some big movies coming out. Avengers is going to be the one that I'm definitely going to be seeing next, I think. Okay.
Yeah.